Welcome. This is Micah Fairchild, Editor-in-Chief of HRLab.com, and the purpose of our discussion today is to evaluate the competitive differences and areas for improvement of Oracle's Fusion HCM application. I brought along Chuck Schaefer, Vantiv Media's CEO, to help us steer this discussion where it needs to go, and hopefully once all is said and done today, you'll have a much better understanding of what sets the Oracle Fusion solution apart and where you should exercise caution. Welcome, Chuck. Glad to have you along for the ride today. Things going all right in your neck of the woods?
Well, as usual, things are pretty busy right now, but that beats the alternative. Other than that, I can't complain.
It's good to hear. I'm sorry to hear you've been burning the candles at both ends lately, but I have heard, though, that we can all be on the lookout for some pretty great things from Vantiv Media in the near future, so be sure to keep us posted. As for our purpose today, though, I'd like to begin looking at some of the specifics of this latest offering by Oracle, Fusion HCM. As to be expected, being the largest vendor in this industry, folks left and right have been taken to doling out pot shots at Oracle for this latest venture. And Oracle's actions haven't exactly helped this. First, you got ever the showman, Larry Ellison. He announced that cloud applications were little more than gibberish a while back. Then his company took over 7 years to bring Fusion to market. Both of these circumstances have provided an incredible amount of fodder to Oracle detractors. But the fact of the matter is that there are some definitely impressive elements to the Fusion HCM offering. For instance, thanks to their database beginnings, Oracle's offerings provide some of the best enterprise information security in the HCM software industry. And that allows for some truly granular security options like encryption at column, row, or full table depth, as well as an infrastructure for hosting that really is best in class.
Micah, I agree. And of course, information security and hosting infrastructure are critically important. But another significant benefit that delivers customers long-term flexibility in how they consume their application software is that all of Oracle's Fusion applications, not just HCM, offer customer choice in terms of deployment options. Granted, part of this reason for the choice is that migrating all of their customers to the cloud would be virtually impossible for a company the size of Oracle. But nonetheless, customers can choose whether to deploy Fusion HCM on-premise, hosted by Oracle, hosted by a third-party data center or public cloud, or a combination consisting of multiple deployment options. This flexibility empowers customers to choose the deployment model that best meets their proximity objectives, which is particularly key to non-North American companies, as well as their business objectives, uptime requirements, security considerations, internal controls, and service level agreement goals. It also provides a form of investment protection, as new custom apps, customized software, or bespoke development are not locked into a single vendor's cloud network and can instead be taken from one cloud to another if business needs change or a different hosting provider becomes a better option for the company.
Absolutely. This hybrid model is probably one of the only customer-centric approaches on the market, which is one of the reasons I think their ramp up over the past 18 months or so has been so strong. Now, granted, they're looking at just over 100 corporate customers so far, but I think it was Burson and Associates said that they're looking at an average of 35 new deals per quarter that are being pinned. So they're still lacking traction in the large enterprise market, but they're doing good, though that could spell some trouble down the line.
I hear you, but those slow adoption rates from companies above the 10,000 employee mark are a big issue right now. After all, when you start peeling back the functionality layers and looking at the things that are most impressive about Fusion HCM, such as business intelligence and predictive analytics, the smaller market that Oracle is appealing to right now will likely not be leveraging those capabilities to the fullest. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot to like about Fusion, but Oracle needs to get some larger customers and fast, especially with Workday, SAP, and Ultimate Software also aggressively capitalizing on the same market opportunity. Of course, Workday is still trying to iron out some of the talent management basics such as recruitment and learning, which Oracle has shored up by acquiring Taleo. But then again, so did SAP by purchasing SuccessFactors. I'm not sure if the competitive jockeying for position on the HCM software vendor leaderboard has ever been this close before.
You're so right. With Workday jumping ahead with their user experience, SAP hitting back with analytics, Oracle playing out the long game with customer choice, it's really fascinating to watch. What I think will be interesting is to see, how this match plays out on the global stage. Emerging markets are probably making the lion's share of purchases right now. And both Oracle and SAP have some very strong capabilities in the worldwide operations, though. But Workday, they're starting to catch up.
Yeah, with the map shrinking in terms of where the bigger HCM software publishers can make the most headway, you could make the argument that the time-tested approach that both Oracle and SAP wield with their broad suites, underlying technology platforms, and enterprise tools offer the most appealing long-term value to prospective clients. As an example, HCM systems don't reside in a vacuum, and integrating disparate applications is something that still vexes a number of HR executives. So many times buyers opt to go with a single vendor solution in order to minimize those integration expenses, disruptions, and headaches, and maintain a single throat to choke.
That's a good point, Chuck. I think only time will really tell which one of these vendors actually winds up on top. That's one of the main reasons I've appreciated how much you push HR software buyers to look beyond the hype, deciding which solution best fits their company's unique needs. Choice might be what a customer needs, or the most compelling user interface, or the best analytics capabilities. There's just not a solution out there on the market today that applies equally well in all situations, at least. So listen, we're just about out of time to talk about Fusion. Is there anything else you'd like to leave our viewers with before we go?
Actually, yes. I'd like to point out just a couple more things if I could. First, while there is undoubtedly a healthy amount of debate about which application software deployment model is best, the fact of the matter is that none of the analysts or pundits that make the claim that on-premise is better or the cloud is better are talking about your company. There is no one-size-fits-all best deployment model for all companies, which is why Oracle's all-the-above approach is appealing, allowing clients to choose whether they'll deploy in the public cloud, a private cloud, wholly on-premise, or via some sort of hybrid combination. In my mind, this approach, which by the way Gartner also agrees with, offers the greatest flexibility and software investment protection. And second, regardless of the deployment model, when it comes to Oracle, prospective customers need to understand that a Fusion HCM evaluation must go well beyond the software review and consider things such as hardware and Oracle portfolio compatibilities and even prerequisites. For example, Fusion HCM requires a massive amount of physical memory to run on-premise, in the neighborhood of 128 gig even before considering data uploads. And current customers looking at a Fusion upgrade path need to know that related upgrades to specific EBS and PeopleSoft releases may be required, meaning potentially paying for both additional upgrade and implementation fees.
Excellent tips, Chuck. Thanks. And thank you to everyone who joined us today for our Oracle Fusion talk. I hope you'll be able to make it back next time as we keep on our same track of reviewing more of the top HCM solutions and continuing our examination of the intersection of HR strategies, processes, and technology.